All right, I think I've got everything posted. Let us know where you're from. I see Carol's on here already. Yes, happy belated Thanksgiving. I know some people actually are, some of my friends local here, they are celebrating tomorrow on the weekend. So, let's see. Let me just, I gotta delete some things that didn't post. Hold on. There we go. All right, so I see Carla's on here. I've got some shadows going on for some reason. Let me try to figure out where they're coming from. It's so hard at nighttime, you just never know. I don't think that helped at all. Let me just brighten up this light and see how we go. I think that's a little bit better. So, although you can see my darn stand here, let me just tilt my camera the other way. Oh boy. Okay, I think that's good enough. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Did you have a great Thanksgiving? Lots of turkey, stuffing, gravy. What's your favorite? Mine is actually, of course, turkey and gravy, but I do like stuffing, but I don't like the stuffing that goes in the bird. I like it crispy, so in a pan and real crisp on top. So that's how I like it. Hey Pam, nice to see you're on here tonight. Pam, you should consider coming to my class. I still have some openings next weekend. We can talk about it a little bit later. But anyway, this is a class I'm offering for the Hartford Parks and Recreation Office. Next, it'll be on December 4th, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. Goes from 9 to 3, but it's just a 6-hour class. But I don't know, like I have 4 people signed up for it right now. Everyone knows how to stamp, but I do have a very beginner, so that person might take 6 hours, but I highly doubt it. We're going to make 8 cards and 2 boxes, and whatever we're making tonight is what we're going to be making on Saturday. So I'm taking up to 10 people for the class. So it's $30 and is very reasonably priced. So anyway, let's get going here on some of my news flashes. So I sent out my email on Thanksgiving, I think, about my Adhesive Tool Kit. So here is, let me just move this stuff around. Here's my Adhesive Tool Kit. And excuse me, you might have to, I might be coughing tonight, you guys. We're trying to figure out our house situation with our new pellet stove. We didn't have it much last year. We purchased it in March, so we didn't use it as much, but man, I tell you what, it's drying out our house big time. So I brought the humidifier into my craft room, and I did get an air purifier, so I might have a coughing attack, and I will apologize. But anyway, here's my Adhesive Toolkit. It's $40, and I know got a couple of people on here tonight that have already purchased it. So what it is, let me just take everything out and we'll just work from the bag all the way up. So here is your little tool kit holder. It's a cosmetic bag is what it really is, but I love it. It's flashy, but I won't know what color you get because it's just kind of random. It comes in all different colors. It's but I do add a coordinating little kind of bead dangle thing here. I had a bunch of beads in my craft room, and I kind of just strung them on this little wire thing. This really strong kind of rope. I don't know what it is. Twine. But in it is a Stampin' Seal Plus. And then we have the regular Stampin' Seal. Then we have some mini glue dots. And then we have our Stampin' Dimensionals. Can't go home without or leave home without those. And then some multi-purpose liquid glue. So it is $40 and includes shipping. And I'll be shipping these out the second week of December. Just gonna wait and see how many orders I get. And then I will order all the supplies from Stampin' Up, express it to me because shipping is kind of crazy. And then I'll reship them out. So as soon as I get it, it's a really quick turnaround. And if you are on my email list, you already received the information. If you're not, then you should be because you missed out. But you can just head over to my website, inspiredbygraham.com, and hit the newsletter like pop-up thing, fill that out. That goes to Constant Contact and adds you to my email list. And I also posted on my Facebook page this toolkit as well. I do need to get it up onto my blog, so I'll work on that a little bit later tonight. So that's number one. Number two is an ordering special from tonight, and what it is, I have lots of designer series paper, and this is my last Christmas card class for the year. Okay, I'm done with Christmas cards. I need to mentally get into some different colors right now because lots of cherry cobblers and greens. Oh my goodness, it's been a little nuts. So with this class tonight, this is the one we're going to make. Let me just bring it in here. It's using the Tidings and Trimmings bundle. Unfortunately, this paper is not available until December 20th. Thankfully, I purchased some ahead of time for my class, but you can use any kind of designer series paper for this card design. It's really not that difficult. But this is one of the cards we'll be making tonight. And on the inside, I'm going to change these up a little bit. I might change up the designer series paper. Definitely changing up the ribbon because I only have so much of this gold ribbon. And that's what I need for my class. So I'm not going to use that one, but I've got about 6 or 7 bolts of other colors of ribbon that will go fine with this class. And then here's the Noel class here. We're going to be die cutting the season's greetings, stockings, and then on the inside, I love how I wrap around the ribbon here so you can kind of see it on the inside. You can also hang something here if you have like a gift card or something, and you can mail it or hand deliver it to maybe your postman or UPS man. UPS was supposed to come tonight, you guys. I had a little surprise. I was hoping my glittered organdy ribbon that's been on back order for November Card Club was shipped. It was shipped on the 24th, and it would be coming to me today, air. It was out for shipment today, and at 5:30, got a little message from UPS. The roads are too difficult to travel on, right? So guess what? That ribbon's not going to come until probably Monday now. So in any event, it is going to get to you guys a little bit sooner than what we thought. So I'm hoping anyway. Hopefully UPS can get up our driveway. But anyway, there I go ranting and raving on shipping, but I totally get it. We weren't expecting all this snow. We're supposed to get, mountains are supposed to get to 14 inches tomorrow. So we'll see if there's any hiking in my plans tomorrow. Anyway, let's stop rambling. We're going to go to this one. This one's really pretty using that cherry cobbler and on the inside. And then here's this one, Merry and Bright. May your days be merry and bright, and on the inside. So simple cards, but really are nice cards too that you can send in the mail and also hand deliver. So my host code here for tonight and goes until December 2nd is NG6XR6BK. And if you place an order of $25 or more in product and use this host code, I just received an order just over $25 without this host code. So I don't know if they want this paper or not. So if you're watching tonight, double check. If you did want to use the host code and you place that order, give me a call or send me a message or call Stampin' Up directly to add this to it. I will send you a combination of 36 sheets of retired and current 6x6 Christmas holiday designer series paper for free. So I've got a ton of it. I spent a lot of time going through all my designer series paper and cutting it up right before I came on live here with you guys. So that is my ordering and host code for tonight. Again, it only goes until December 2nd, so make sure you're aware of that. Let me just check over and see if there's any messages here while I've been rambling. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, Carol, about your reaction to Moderna. I just signed up for my booster, and I'm getting it on Thursday, and I better not have any complications because I have a class on Saturday. But anyway, that's what we've got today. So the adhesive kit and that ordering special. Here's the stamps that we're going to be using, Tidings and Trimmings. Really fun. Oh, I didn't show you guys these boxes we're going to be putting together too. It's a scallop box and the mini pizza box. I'm going to be using different paper on that one too. So I know I need to get my inks, so I didn't grab those. Hold on. And hopefully these are really good. I've got Evening Evergreen and Cherry Cobbler. I've got 2 Evening Evergreens because just in case this one's not re-inked well enough, I've got to back up. The dies that I used in this are here. They're the Christmas Trimmings dies. Let me open this up for you. I've done all the die cutting except for the stocking because I need to do that. So we'll be using this one here, but there's lots of fun stars and foliage in here and some really handy leaves. Here's these little holes here that are actually, they can be little fruit on your, or berries. If you like die cut this in red, or Cherry Cobbler, you can have those little berries, but I didn't do that. I'm using red rhinestones to do that. Just because I don't have the patience to deal with little tiny holes like this. I can use rhinestones anytime. So I don't want to lose this die, so we're going to put it off to the side. All right, let's get started, shall we? And I'm just going to pick whatever card is over here on top, and I'll match it up. So I've got this one, and let's see. I need, I don't even know. This could be an issue. I cut this paper and some of it I didn't. Oh, okay. Let's see. It's got a gold star. So it must be this one right here. So let's get going with this one. So here we go. This one has that gold foil on top of the Evening Evergreen. I've got some berries here and some foliage and some easy stamping. You can see the ribbon coming around in the Genial Gems with some other designer series paper. Got a panel of Cherry Cobbler and the inside. So let's do our stamping. We need to get everything out that we need to stamp on. We got our scrap white, we got our inside panel, and we have our envelopes. I'll leave this card here so you can see it. So let's get our stamp set out. You guys can see how loved this stamp set is. This is a photopolymer stamp set, so if you see it like this, you know it's been used a ton. So let me just peel this off. And there's only a very few stamps I have not used in this one. So I need to have cheers, this one here, and on the inside, wishing you. So these two. Let me just grab some blocks. I purposely did not put these on blocks because I've been so busy doing other things that I wanted to get done today. So I figured I'd just do them right here just to show you how I kind of put my sentiments on at an angle. I don't put them on straight because if you put them on straight, your eyes will tend to go to here. And then you could stamp crooked. So if you put them on at an angle, your eyes are going to be fixed on the stamp itself. So I don't know if you've ever tried that or not. If you haven't, give it a try. And then let me just show you again. So I just put it down here, put it at an angle, and then I can stamp focused on the sentiment there. We're using photopolymer stamps. So we need our piercing mat here. So let me grab that. These were on back order. I'm not sure if they are anymore or not. But They were. All right, so here's our scrap. And we're going to be using Cherry Cobbler ink. So let's just ink up our stamp here. It doesn't really matter where I stamp it because it is a scrap. So I'm just going to stamp it off to the left side a little bit so I can angle cut it right here. And this is just going to get simply snipped off. Then I'm going to stamp our envelope here. Okay, you could stamp all the way across this if you wanted to, but I heard that the postmasters don't like that, but guess what? I'm going to do it because it's festive and our Christmas envelopes need to be festive. So we're just going to stamp all the way across, okay? Now we're going to take the inside panel. This is cut, I got some Cherry Cobbler ink already on it. 4 by 5 1/4. It's basic white. And I'm going to take that stamp, wishing you a joyful Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm just going to stamp that right in the middle. Okay, super easy. And that's all we have, you guys. Now we can assemble it. The fun of assembling a card. Okay, so we've got lots of little pieces over here to the side. Here's our evening evergreen. Haven't used this in a week or two, right? All right, that's our card base, and it's cut 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Then we have our Cherry Cobbler, beautiful with the green. This is cut 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then I've got my Tidings and Trimmings Designer Series paper. This is cut 3 3/4 by 5. And I wanted more of a solid background image because if you put it this way, it's too busy for this design. So we're gonna just put it down like this. Now I'm gonna use a variety of different adhesives for you guys tonight. And well, maybe not. I think my take your pick tool just went off the edge of my desk. This one's already empty. So let's see, this one's almost empty too. So I'm going to show you a little bit about our adhesives tonight. Some people like to go all the way around. With our stamp and seal, it's not necessary to do that. And I'll show you on the next card or next piece how you can minimize your adhesive with a stamp and seal. So I'm going to adhere this down. It's just about 1/8 of an inch border of that Cherry Cobbler, and I'm focusing down here, and then my eyes get traveled up there. That way I know it's fairly straight. All right, then the next thing we want to do is we're going to add this piece here, and this is cut 1 inch by 5, and it's going to go on here, but a little bit lower than halfway. So I'm gonna, hold on. I found a trick I want to show you guys too with the Stampin' Pierce mat. And if you have problems starting the seal here, use a Stampin' Pierce mat underneath, and I guarantee you, you will not have any issues. It's like it's like the photopolymer stamps where you kind of need that to stamp. It's like a cushion. All right, so that's where I added that. Now what we need to do is wrap our ribbon. And here I use that gold ribbon around here, but like I said, I don't have enough of that for my class. So we're going to grab one of these over here. Since I'm using soft succulent as a majority of that, like the focal point there, you could add your soft succulent. Another choice could be Evening Evergreen. That looks really nice too. Another one I got over here is, this is the Evening Evergreen Chevron weave ribbon. That one's really dark. The other one was more transparent. I also have the metallic ribbon, which is in Cherry Cobbler. It's got gold in it. This one would be too busy and too Cherry Cobbler. Another one that could work, and I didn't try it, is this one, okay? And this is, I can't remember what it is. You guys can tell me what it is, but it's in the catalog. I forgot to look at the name of it. And then lastly, we have the fine art ribbon, which could work as well. So you can see how our product is very versatile. I'm going to use this one because I think it looks fabulous. I'm going to take my paper snips and just trim it off. You should see how I've destroyed my desk. It only took 5 minutes. All right, so this is going to get wrapped around the back side. Now you can use tape, which I'll use. You can also use the Stampin' Seal Plus because that's super strong. And I'm going to actually use Stampin' Seal Plus to show you. So I'm going to add that there, and I'm going to add a little bit there, about 1 inch. And then I'm going to wrap this around, and I'm just going to press it really hard. And then let's come around the front and make sure it's straight. And we're going to wrap it around, give it a good press. Okay. Now you can raise this up with Stampin' Dimensionals. Here on this one, I did not. But since this ribbon here is a little bit thicker than this gold satin ribbon, I'm going to actually raise this one up just because I want it to stick. And why not get out our Stampin' Dimensionals? I've got a brand new sheet here. So that's always special when we start a new sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals, right? Love a new sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals. I have probably about 5 backup packages in my room here, just in case they should ever go on back order. We're all dealing with back orders and issues there. I wonder how UPS and Amazon and all those shipping companies are going to handle all the orders that people place today. Crazy. All right, so let's get back to our card here. We're going to add this right to the front. And then it's looking pretty good right now. This one is raised up and it does look good. The next thing we're going to do is this star is going to get on here. So when you die cut this, there is like a really flat side and there's like a kind of like a beveled edge on this side. So it's going to go here. I did die cut the star and that's going to get adhered on here too. So let's do that. I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet. And then I'm going to use Tombow glue. Again, this is adhesive is in my Adhesive Tool Kit. All right, so we're going to just put little dots on the areas that we can get some glue on, because you could use our adhesive sheets if you wanted to. Quite honestly, I don't use them. For some reason, I just have a hard time with the adhesive sheets. They just get, I don't know, for me, it just doesn't work. But I know for many people, they do. All right, so this is a hot mess with all that glue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my embossing buddy. Hold on just a second. All right, just your embossing. We used to sell these and I think a lot of you have them. This has just got some cornstarch in it. And I just kind of put that on there because that glue is kind of sticky. And if you just add it on there, it won't be so sticky. All right, so we've got that. This is gonna get Stampin' Dimensionals again, this piece. And I'm going to just add 3. And so we'll press those from the back side, peel them off, and then we'll find them everywhere. Okay. So now let's bring this card back in the picture. And we're going to angle that star just like this here. And then we're going to take our sentiment. We're going to have to trim it down, okay, because this is way too big. We'll angle cut it this way. And then I'm just going to cut it down, and I'll probably have to cut it down again, but I'm just going to experiment. I want some of that gold ribbon to show underneath, and let me just trim just a little bit more off. Okay, that's going to get slid right under there, and I have this raised up with Stampin' Dimensionals. And all I really need would be two. Oops, everything's sticking to me here. And we'll peel those off. Slide this underneath. And I'm making sure it's straight against that ribbon, and then I'll press it down. Then we've got two other things that will go on this card. We have this evening evergreen foliage piece here. And then we have this kind of stem that looks like berries, and we're going to just slide those underneath. But this stem is too long, so all we need to do is trim it off, and we'll flip it over. And then on this one, it's a little bit easier. You can just dot these little berries on the back side, and then we'll slide this right underneath. And then we'll do the same thing with the foliage. And when you die cut these, there is a soft side and like a smooth side and a rough side. So the rough side always gets the adhesive. I'm just gonna slide this one over here. And then I've got a strip of that Tidings and Trimmings Designer Series paper. It was just a scrap, you guys. I'm just using a ton of scraps. And I suggest you do that too. You can put it on this side, and then if you had a longer piece, you could put it all the way across. So let me just use my Tombow glue because it's right here. And then we'll just flip this over here. It's not a really directional pattern, so you don't have to worry about it. It's a little bit smaller. It's 1 inch by 3 3/4. All right, and then we can just take our adhesive and add it to the back side of that panel. And we will add it, oh my gosh, everything's sticking. Add it to the inside here. And then we will add some Genial Gems. So this was part of my retreat class, or not my retreat I did on November 6th and 7th. This was the Sunday class, and everyone got a package of these gems. Made it easier, and they go really nicely with this card base, or the card design itself. So I'm just going to use some of the green ones, and we'll just put them, I'm going to use let's see, one up here, one up here. We're going to form our triangle, you guys, and then maybe one over here, just to add enough bling. These are nice and rounded, so I'm pretty sure this card will go in the mail at regular postage. So here's card number 1 with the fine art ribbon, and then here is this one. Actually, let's get these envelopes straight. That's the envelope that's probably going to drive the postman crazy. And then here's this one with just one stamp, cheers from our home to yours. So you can kind of see the difference in the ribbon, and this one's a little bit thicker, and then this one is thinner. And this one, the name of that ribbon, let me get it. It is called, the exact name is called Shimmer Ribbon. So it's gold shimmer ribbon. It's 3/8 or 3/8 or a quarter inch. Okay, it's really, really beautiful ribbon. All right, so we're gonna go and see what card number is, or what card is next to make together. It's whatever's on top of that pile over here. It looks like it's cherry cobbler. So let's see what we got for pieces. So we've got a star, and hopefully, yep, we got 2 foliage. So it is, oh, we're gonna need to do some die cutting. It's this one here. I love this. It's really pretty. Okay, so while you guys are looking at that, I am going to figure out if I can make some more room here on my desk. Okay, so this one, it's got lots of layers on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers with that ribbon and on the inside. So we'll need some stamps from the Tidings and Trimming. So we just grab that. We need the Wonderful Year. This one here, and then what was on the inside? Let me just check. May your days be merry and bright. Let's see right here. So these 2. All right, so probably a D block will work. My favorite block. And again, if you did not, you didn't hear, if you weren't here with me in the beginning, this is how I put my sentiment stamps on. I don't put them this way or this way. I add them at an angle. And then here's this one. The size of the block I'm using here is my C block. Okay, so those are all set and ready to go. All right, so need all the pieces we need for stamping. So we have this one here, our envelope, and there's one little piece of white in here. This one and that one. Okay, oh, we need our stocking. Okay, so what stocking did I use on this one? Okay, there's 2 different stockings in here, and this is the one I'm going to use. I'll get a D block. Okay, so we need that Stampin' Purist mat. And we need cherry cobbler ink, which we were using. So let's go grab that one again. And going to ink up that stocking. And this is just a scrap of the basic white. Okay, there's that. Then we have a piece of white. And this one, I can't remember what it's cut, but it is looks like 1 3/8 by 3, and It's a Wonderful Year will fit on that. So we'll ink this up, and this is going to get centered right in the middle there. I can see I need to re-ink the cherry cobbler. And then on the inside of the card, this is basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. And it's May your days be merry and bright. Let's stamp the envelope again. We'll use that sentiment over here. And we're just going to stamp 1 time in the lower corner there. It's the most wonderful time of the year. We're done with the cherry cobbler ink. My floor is squeaking. Can you guys hear that? It's like annoying. I don't know if you can hear it, but I certainly can. It's crazy. How many hours do I stand in this particular spot? I have no idea. Okay, so where'd my card go? I gotta look at it. Let's get rid of this. Okay, we don't want to lose these little pieces here. Those are going to be handy. Okay, so we are going to work with the embossed panel first. And I pre-embossed this with the Tasteful Textile. And this is cut 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I'm going to use my liquid glue because it's embossed paper and it just needs a little extra. Let's make sure our card is opening correctly. This is Cherry Cobbler and it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, oops. Let's try that again. Okay. When you put the glue on embossed panels, you just need to give it a little extra time for that glue to seep into the paper. All right, so while that's drying, let's work on the other pieces here. This piece is Cherry Cobbler, and let me just grab my instruction sheet. So if you haven't seen my instruction sheets, let me find this one. Kind of look like this. All right, so Cherry Cobbler is 3 1/8 by 4 1/2. So let's, and then this is just 3 by 3. It's directional, so you got to make sure you're adding it to the paper correctly. And we'll just add that liquid glue, and then it gets adhered right up to the top. So center it top, left, and right. So you've got equal distance on all 3 sides. Then that stamped, it's the most wonderful time of the year, is going to get adhered right here. And I'll use liquid glue on this one as well, just so I can move it around if I need to. And then I'm just going to add this right down below. Okay. Now the ribbon wrap. So here I use that gold sheer ribbon. Let's see, I need something a little different. I'm gonna wing it, and I'm gonna try, oh boy. It's a dilemma. Yeah, I'm gonna use the sheer ribbon. Okay, so let's prep this with our Stampin' Dimensionals. And they're over here. Okay, so I'm only gonna add, let's see, I'll probably add 5 to this one just because it is a little bit of a larger panel and it's gonna have a lot of weight on it with the star and the stocking and the leaves. So we'll just add 5. Okay, now let me bring my silicone craft sheet in here just so it won't stick to the paper. We're gonna take this Evening Evergreen ribbon and got it flat on the back side. Let's bring our card back in. Make sure it is opening correctly. We don't want it to be upside down, so it is. And then add it right here. And then this ribbon still goes back and forth, so that's really good. And now we're going to tie a nice bow over to the left side. Or actually, you can just tie it wherever you want and then slide it into place. Okay, so let's not twist this. Okay, so have you guys started your Christmas cards yet? I've been kind of just not watching any comments or anything like that. So hopefully there's people with me still watching me. I am almost done mine. I'm going to start addressing all my envelopes probably this weekend. And I got my postage stamps. I want to get them in the mail so people get them early. All right, so slide it all the way over to this side. I'm not going to kind of put a glue down yet because I want to make sure that I have this in the correct area. So let me just angle cut my ribbon off. And now what we need to do is we need to add all these elements here. So here's the star with the embossed Tasteful Textiles. Doesn't really matter when you emboss it. It doesn't really matter what side you put the dimensionals on because it's really not even noticeable. So I'm going to add one on every point of the star here. Just because it's embossed paper, it's going to need a little extra. Some people might say that was overkill, but I want to make sure that this star stays on. Okay, so we've got that prepped. And I want this star on this one to go straight up and down. Okay. And I'm not sure I'm liking that ribbon anymore, but we got to go with it now because it's on there. The next thing I want to do is let's just get some of these other pieces away before I bring in my mini cut and emboss. Here is a piece of that paper. I'm using the same paper I used on the front to go on the inside panel. This is cut 3/4 of an inch by 4, and it's directional, so I want to make sure I'm putting it on the correct way. Slide it into place, and then we'll put adhesive on the back side here. And then here we go. Now, next step is to bring in the mini cut and emboss because we need to die cut this stocking out. Now, if you don't have a die cutting machine, you could very easily fussy cut around that stocking and call it good. It's not that hard, but since I've got the mini cut and emboss here, I'm gonna try it. And I heard from another demonstrator, actually a Canadian demonstrator. So I know some people are having a hard time getting this to catch, but I was told if you use the gray plate, number 3, instead of the white plate, and then you use normally your acrylic plate, and then that stocking die, where did it go? Please don't tell me I lost it. Nope, it's right here. I've got some washi tape on here, so I wanna, let's get this on here. Since we don't have a magnetic plate for the mini cut and emboss, it's highly suggested that you use some kind of washi tape to keep your dies to stay put. So we've got the gray plate, which is number 3, acrylic plate, cardstock, die, and now we're going to put number 2 on top. Now, I was told it will catch very easily using that gray plate, and oh my goodness, it did. So let's see if it cuts all the way through. I literally have not tried this yet. I think that's a game changer, you guys. Let's see. Yep, it cut all the way through. So if you have the mini cut and emboss machine and you have a problem getting it to start, don't use plate number 1, use plate number 4. I mean number 3. So easy peasy. All right, so let's take this die and we're going to put it back on that magnet sheet because we don't want to lose that. And let's bring our card back in. Now this here is going to get adhered right down and no dimensionals needed on the stocking. And I'm going to use my liquid glue. And we're going to angle this stocking. You can use a block to hold it in place if you want. Now, remember those little evening evergreen leaves there? Those are going to go on next. You could use a glue dot if you wanted to, or I'm just going to use my liquid glue. And these are going to get angled out to the corners. Okay, and here we go. And then this one is going to go this way. Now this is what I was talking about earlier about the die that comes with this. Let me just show you. So this die here is got all the little circles for the berries. Well, I don't want to deal with that in a class. You know, if I was making them personally, that would be fine too. But I think the red rhinestone basic jewels will work really nicely with them. So that's what I chose to use for my class. And I went with it, and I think it really looks good. So we're going to add 3 of these. And we just use your piercing tools and slide that up there. And then there you go. So can you see that? How those little berries, hopefully you can see right there, the red rhinestones. They work really nicely with this. And plus it's not the same color as the cherry cobbler, so it does kind of, it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye using the red rhinestones. So I don't like the ribbon on this. Honestly, it's horrible. So I might take this one apart and use a different one. But I just kind of just tried it. So we got to always try. Here's our envelope. As you can see, the gold ribbon looks really nice. And then here is this other envelope. So take a look at them. Let me know. What do you think of that green ribbon? Actually, I'm going to just trim it down a little bit. These are, I didn't do that step, so there we go. So pretty sure everyone will say, not that ribbon, Karen. Use something different. So there you go. All right, so then the next card we're going to be making, let's see which one is in the pile here. Oh, this is one I really like. All right, so let's put these off to the side. And let me find the one we're going to make. It's this one right here. This is my favorite design in the whole paper pack, the Tidings and Trimmings paper, because it's got green in it, of course. Okay, so we have in this card, we've got Evening Evergreen again. We've got our die cut star in basic white. We're going to stamp on that one. This is our Evening Evergreen card base. It's cut 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then we have it teamed up with a piece of basic white, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And the designer series paper here is cut 3 3/4 by 5. So since I've got both of these in my hands, we're going to add our adhesive to the back side here. And we're just going to add it right to this white panel. Okay. Now, there's another piece of designer series paper. It's actually the reverse side of the one we just put down. This is cut 1 by 3 3/4. It's going to go on here, and it's going to go a little bit lower than half. So we just add our adhesive. Do you notice, do you see how much I'm using? And not just very much, maybe 1/2 of an inch of the Stampin' Seal. And then add this piece here so it kind of breaks up that first layer. Now we're going to do a ribbon wrap. So let's see what I can use on this one. I'm going to try this one. Let's see. It might work. Let's just kind of play with it first. I just want to see what this star looks like. Yep, I'm going with it, you guys. Why not? All right, so we just want to cut 1/2 of an inch. Extend it by 1/2 of an inch. And then we're going to flip it over. Let's use our Stampin' Seal on this one. Add a little bit here and here. And then we're going to layer this right in the middle. And we'll give it a good press on the back side. And then fold this over. Okay. I think this is going to look really nice. Now, does anybody remember what that ribbon is? Because I don't. If you do, add the comment for us. All right, so I added the adhesive, and this is going to go right on the card front. And there we go. The next thing, let's stamp on the star here. May your day be merry and bright. Again, we need to have our Stampin' Pierce mat, and this time we're going to be using our Evening Evergreen. And I do need to clean my stamp because it's got that cherry cobbler ink in it. So we will grab the Stampin' Scrub here. Now that person that placed an order on my website right before I went live, you ordered one of these and the spritz that goes with this. So make sure you call Stampin' Up on Monday to add that host code so I can send you that designer series paper for free. Okay, so I just added my Stampin' Mist on here because it is dry, and we're just gonna kind of clean these off. Since I've got it out, let's just clean it real quick. And then here. And then one more time on the stocking. And the sentiment too. Now, I learned something from one of my downlines at my retreat in November. Some people have lots of issues with, okay, what's the wet side? What's the dry side? Well, we all know there's this, well, maybe we don't know, but there is a sun up here in the corner over here, and there's raindrops over here. They're very, very hard to see. So my downline said, just put something very like bright on it. So I had these little star, I think they're Mango Melody stars. So we added a little star here, and it's been a game changer for all my participants. We used these Stampin' Scrubs last week, and they really like the fact that now they can see what side is the one to clean and which side is to dry. So if you haven't tried that, give that a try. All right, so now we're gonna stamp with the Evening Evergreen ink, and may your day be merry and bright. And we're just gonna simply stamp this right on the middle of the star. We'll take our basic white envelope and stamp right in the lower corner. And then, let's see, our inside panel. I'm just gonna grab one from my stack over here. I don't think I actually added it to the kit. So this is my 4 by 5 1/4 inch panel. And what I do with for my panels, I always cut them with my Carl cutter, mass cut them. I take a whole pack and just cut them down into 4 panels. And that way I have them and they're ready to go all the time. All right, so now here, wishing you a joyful Christmas and Happy New Year is going to go right there. And we're all done stamping. Okay, I need prefer gold ribbon. Yeah, gold ribbon on all the cards. Yeah, well, Carol, I do too, but I only have so much of it, and I have a class I'm using the ribbon for, and I need every inch of it. So we've been kind of mixing it up tonight. I'm going to use the cherry cobbler ribbon on this card that we're making tonight. All right, so here is, actually no, I used this one here, but we don't know what the name of it is. So if you know, Carol, let us know. All right, so let's get back to this card. It's almost done. Just get that little star. This one's really fun. All right, so again, we're going to use our Stampin' Dimensionals. And we'll just add 3 on this one. Form our little triangle. And then we're going to add this one right over here. And then I cut these out in the same color, cherry cobbler. You could mix and match, but I think the green one, maybe a soft succulent color would look good too in the foliage part. But Evening Evergreen, it would get washed out there. So just use if you wanted to, I would suggest maybe soft succulent or stick with the cherry cobbler that I used. We're just going to add that adhesive here, and then we'll slide this right underneath here. And then we're going to take that foliage piece and do the same thing. We'll add our glue. And then slide this one underneath. I'm going to put those two together, overlap them. And then let's add some of those gems. And this time I'm going to use the petal pink color. And we'll just kind of put 3 out here. So maybe we'll do 1. Let's form our triangle again. We'll put 1 over here, 2, and let's take a smaller one and put it over here. Okay, so that is card. Oh wait, we forgot the inside panel. Haven't done that yet. I'll just take my Stampin' Seal and just add two lines of it, small ones, and then we'll just, you can add 4 if you want. And then that inside panel gets put on there. All right, so we'll put these two together. Again, the gold ribbon for sure is gonna look fabulous. But here's another option for you. If you don't have the gold ribbon, try to find something on your wall or wherever you store your ribbon and use what you have. So that's the third card for us. The next one is our Noel card. It's got season greetings and more of that gold ribbon and 2 stockings on it. All right, so let's get set up with that one. And then after this, the 4th card, we'll be making our packaging. All right, so we're gonna use a different color tonight. We're using Sahara Sand. I don't use that one very much at all. But it is in the, I got two ovals, good thing, because I might make a mistake. So it's a very light brown color. It's still really nice for Christmas cards. And it gives you a different option. So we're gonna stamp first. We've got our, this is an oval from the double oval punch. And on that punch, it also has the evening evergreen or the scallop oval. So I punched this out with the evening evergreen, and then I punched out the white. Let me grab Noel off my stamp here, my case. And we'll put this on a C block at an angle, of course. And then let's stamp this right down in the middle of the oval. There we go. And our envelope as well, right in the lower corner. Okay, then we are going to, let's see, figure out what's on the inside. May your days be merry and bright. So I used cherry cobbler for that one. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And let's grab my cherry cobbler. I do need to clean that stamp, so let me grab my Stampin' Scrub and clean it off. And then we've got our cherry cobbler ink. Okay. Definitely need to get that one re-inked before my class. We'll work on that. Okay, then we've got our 2 pieces of scraps because we gotta stamp our stockings. So I used 2 different stockings for this. Let me grab this other one. This one is going to be in Evening Evergreen. Okay, and then the other one is going to be with Cherry Cobbler. And then you can see how that stocking has this like blank top there. I stamped Season's Greetings. It's one of the stamps in that set. It's a really small one. And there it is right here. And then this is tricky. Hopefully I can get it without putting my head in the camera. And it barely fits in that stocking area there where the name goes. That's not too bad. All right, we are all done our stamping. Let me close these up because we don't want to make a mess here. We need to bring in that mini cut and emboss machine one more time to die cut these two pieces here. All right, so if you're just coming on, we're going to die cut again with the mini cut and emboss, but we're not using the white plate. That doesn't work as well as 3. So we've got number 3, we've got our acrylic plate, and then the stocking die. And then let's put this right over. I've got my little washi tape there. And then my other plate, number 2. Let's sandwich it all in, and then we'll just run that right through. Thank you so much, Ange McKay from Canada. She's a Canadian demonstrator. She was number 8 overall in the Stampin' Up! Year last year. And she's the one that gave me that trick. So big shout out to Ange McKay on that. And then let's die cut one more time the Season's Greeting stocking in Cherry Cobbler. Washi tape is not working for me here. Okay. Then we'll sandwich this through, and then we will just run it right through the mini cut and emboss. Then let's see what we have here. There we go. So not too bad. It's a little bit harder to die cut when you're on camera than it is actually in your craft room. All right, so let's put these over here so we don't lose them. All right, so here's our Sahara sand, and again, it's cut 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then this card is going to be a little different because I don't want to use up all that pattern paper, and I had more of this kind. So here's our original card, and then we're going to use this backing instead. So I'm just going to take my Stampin' Seal, and it is out. So we will use Stampin' Seal Plus. Okay, on all 4 corners here. Remember, with your seal, either Stampin' Seal or Plus, you don't have to use too much of it because it's super strong. All right, so that was 4 by 5 1/4 on that panel size. Then I have a piece of Designer Series paper, Tidings and Trimmings. It's cut 2 by 5 1/4, and I'm looking for my Evening Evergreen panel, and I don't see, oh, it's right here. All right, so here is a little panel we're gonna put this on. It's 3 1/8, or 2 1/8, no, 2 1/8 by 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm just going to add my Stampin' Seal Plus on all 4 corners here. And then we're going to add this panel right over top of the Evening Evergreen. It's going to make this paper pop a little bit more. Okay, then this is going to get put right here in the middle. Okay, and then this one here. Okay, now I think I might use this gold, the Cherry Cobbler gold metallic ribbon. Let me just see. what I want is this cherry cobbler from the berries to pop a little bit off that paper. But it might be overkill. I don't know. I think it's going to be too much. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna actually make my ribbon, my bow over on the left side on this card so you can kind of see the difference. I don't know, this might not work, but we're gonna give it a try. If we don't try it, we wouldn't know. It's very wide ribbon. Okay, so let's just make this a little bit smaller since it is really big and thick. There we go. Okay, so let's trim this off at an angle, and this one's gonna get cut down a little bit too. Okay, so now we've got these pieces here plus our oval. We'll just add this Noel to the scallop oval. This one needs 2 Stampin' Dimensionals, so let's add that right now since we're working with it. And peel those off. Okay, and now our stockings. So the stockings are gonna go, since I didn't die cut, this one is very good. It's gonna go on the bottom. Okay, so this one's gonna go here, and then this one with the season's greeting, of course, is gonna go on the top. This one needs dimensionals because it needs to be higher than that green stocking. So let's add 2 dimensionals here. Okay, and then this one here is gonna just get adhered right straight down. I'm gonna use Stampin' Seal Plus because that's the strongest adhesive we have. Make sure that ribbon is in the middle here. I'm gonna add it at an angle. And then we're gonna take this one here and we're gonna put them together at an angle. Oh, I don't like that ribbon, it's awful. Ugh, that is so bad. So bad. So guess what? I'm taking these 2 stockings off because this ribbon is hideous on this design. It's just like overkill. It will look really good on packaging, but not on this card. So I'm going to grab, let's see. I do have this, but that could get washed out. And I have one other one we can try, which is the Evening Evergreen Chevron ribbon. Okay, so let's try that one. I think this one will work. Make sure it's flat on the inside because you're going to see it when you open up the card. And let's see, we're going to make our bow. Try not to use too much of this ribbon. Okay, there we go. There we go. And this is twisted, so let me try to fix it. Let's just try it again. It's a commercial break right now, you guys. Go get a beverage. If you need to make a bathroom break, go. While I try to work on this darn bow. It's like 100 degrees in my craft room now, of course, with all these lights on. Okay, let's try that. angle cut. Let's give this ribbon a haircut. Okay, this will work. And we're going to slide it over to the right side because that's originally where I wanted it anyway. Okay, okay. So now let's take these and we're gonna angle them right here. They should still stick, no problem. And then we're going to add the Noel. You can add it here. I think it'll look fine right there. Then you're going to take the May Your Days Be Merry and Bright along with the Designer Series paper that's from the front of the card. Add our Stampin' Seal Plus. And then we'll add it right down. There we go. Oh, it's great. See what I did, you guys? I tried so hard to make that bow, and it's like crooked. Oh, Lord. Let's see if we can fix it by just twisting it. We don't want it crooked on the inside. Let's see if we can fix it. There we go. Oh, geez, that looks pathetic. I'm gonna try to fix this. If I can't make a bow, it's gonna be a knot bow. All right, let's try again. It's so small. Come on. Oh boy. Okay, you can take a commercial break again. Holy mother. All right. I wonder if Lee's watching. She's probably saying, Karen, get those tweezers out that I gave you. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. There we go. Let's see if I can make the darn bow. I've made too many bows tonight, I think. There we go. Whew! Let's everybody applaud. I can hear you clapping right now. Okay, let's just trim this one down a little bit. Oh, I never worked so hard in my life. Okay, that's a nice bow though. That was worth it, right? Okay, so let me just cap these tweezers because I don't want to lose that. So small. All right, so now we're going to take those gems, if I can find them on my desk. Oh my God, what a mess I have on my desk. I don't even know where they are. Crazy. Whatever jewels I find first is what we're going to use. And guess what? There goes my Stampin' Seal. All right, we're going to use those. And probably those gems are like right in front of me. These are the red rhinestones. And we're going to use these because they work too, right? And I'm just going to put them right on this card. 2 down here and 1 over, let's see. Let's go with 1 over here. Phew, this one is done. I can't wait to get onto the packaging because that may even be worse. Okay, so here's this one. Much better than that Jerry Cobbler ribbon. Here's my original one with that flat bow. It's been in storage, so it got a little flat. But anyway, which one do you guys like? Green or gold? Let me know. Let's see. So I'm glad I tuned in. Oh, Debbie, this is too funny. Oh my goodness. I just stepped on my mini cut and emboss. Oh my goodness. All right. Woo! We are going to make a package next. Okay. So while you guys are laughing at me, that's perfectly fine. I don't really care. It's fun to stamp with you guys. Okay. So we're going to make this, we're going to decorate, I should say, not make the box. We'll put the box together. And then we are going to make it look really, really pretty. And I don't know, maybe I'll use that cherry cobbler ribbon. Not sure. All right, where is my kit? I gotta find those genial gems because I need those. All right, I found my kits here. I still don't know where they are. All right, so here we go. I've got everything. Look, I paper clipped everything together so I don't lose it. All right, and I used a green one too, so it's a different color than the brown and red and white and gold. Okay, so these are our scalloped treat boxes, and they're really fun and easy to make, but I don't know if I can make them, but we'll try. They come pre-scored, so it should be fairly easy. And you just kind of burnish the lines. You can do this with your fingers. You can use a bone folder, whatever you want. Just kind of break them up, fold them over. I'm glad everybody voted for green because I really worked hard for that. All right, and here's another one. Okay, so you see how that goes. Okay, so kind of looks like this. Go back and forth with them. Okay, so then this is gonna go here. It doesn't matter what side, left, right. Oh, actually it does. Right, left. And one looks a little bit bigger than the other. And then this folds down. So this is your top. Okay, so that's all ready to go. Now the base of the box, you're just gonna do the same thing. You're gonna fold along these score lines. If you know somebody that's getting married, or you know, people, I don't know, do people still do that? I got married in 1988. So we used to have treats, you know, for our guests at the table, and I don't know if they still do that or not, but this would be a nice little box you could make and put your little thank you gifts in it. All right. Okay, so that's all it's going to do. So let me just show you that again. So it's basically the opposite, kind of. So we've got them all burnished, and then we fold those over, and then this comes down. This is the base of the box, okay? And then that goes like this. Put your shred in it, whatever you want, some kind of gift. And then this comes over here. So there's our box, right? So we're gonna set this aside and we're gonna stamp to and from. So in this stamp set, which is really nice, it does have a to and from, and it's down here. You might miss it because it's so small, but there is one in here, and you can see how we used it in class. You need a really small block. So I am using the, I think, A block. Put it at an angle. Then, where's that tag? This is from the Ornate Frames. I wanted something really fancy with this little like fanciness here. Let me get my Stampin' Pierce mat on because I only have one of these and I don't want to stamp it horrible. So I just jinxed myself, so I'm sure I probably will. Where's my cherry cobbler ink? Oh Lord, guys. I need Debbie to come ASAP to my craft room so she can get me straight here. Okay, there's the cherry cobbler. I'm gonna stamp this way over to the left side here. So then you still have enough room to write really small, who's it going to and who's it from. Okay, that's all we need for this one. Now, I did stamp that crooked, but I don't care. All right, so now we're gonna glue these two together, you guys. Again, you could use your adhesive sheets, but I am not. Guess what? I just found the genial gems. They're right there. Okay, so I'm just going to add our adhesive. Again, you could use the adhesive sheets. I'm just gonna use my liquid glue because most people do have liquid glue in their craft room. If you don't, you can order it through me, or you can purchase my Adhesive Tool Kit that I'm offering for 1 week only. So if you're not on my email list, you should be, because you missed 2 different emails in the last 2 days, maybe 3. I think I've sent out quite a few emails already. I usually only send out like 1 or 2 a week, but I think I've already sent 3 at least, because you know it's Black Friday and all that good stuff. You want to offer a special to my customers. So all right, do you see what I just did? I added the adhesive on the back of the gold foil. This was die cut previously, and then I added it to the cherry cobbler star. We're going to flip this one over, and guess what we're going to do? We're going to add some more Stampin' Dimensionals to this one. Okay, so let's add 3. And then we'll prep it here by just pressing there, peeling these off. And then we'll hold this one in place over here. Now we're going to use that ribbon, metallic cherry cobbler metallic ribbon. We're going to try it. I don't know. It may or may not work. But to keep this shut, I used ribbon. It's super fancy. I'm going to slide it all the way up. Oh, this is going to look really nice. Okay. You want to tie this ribbon first. And you want to try to tie a really nice bow off to the left side. And a big one. You don't want a small one. You want these loops to be really big. And that ribbon is twisted. I don't know why I always seem to twist my ribbon. I don't know how to not twist it. Okay, there we go. See how those are really super big, too big. So we'll just downsize it a little bit. Okay, we're going to trim it off. All right, now that ribbon is what goes with these boxes, right? Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to add our star. We're going to slide it underneath here. Okay, press it down. Then we'll take that stamped to and from. We'll add our adhesive to the back side of it. And then we're going to just slide this over. And I like it at an angle. I don't like it straight across because you've already got that ribbon going straight across. So if you add at an angle, it looks better. And then we're going to add those genial gems. And I'm going to mix up the colors. So we'll add 7. So we can just kind of put them wherever we want. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 right there, and 7. Right here. No, I don't want them straight across. Right there. Okay, so there's that box. Really, really pretty now with that ribbons. Let me show you the other one that I had as a example, which is right here. Get rid of all this stuff. So you can kind of see these two. Both are fabulous. And once you want to give somebody a really nice present that looks like this, okay, and you can see the ribbon on both sides. And then here's this one. So that is that one. And next up is we are going to make a mini pizza box. Decorate that one as well. We're going to assemble it and decorate it. So here are all my pieces. We'll need to stamp on this one. And we got 3 stars. Let me just show you what we're going to make. It's going to be a different kind of scheme, but here's one I use with lots of evening evergreen. And then here's another one, is more like a white theme. Same kind of star design, but just different designer series paper. There we go. Okay. So this one is going to be cherry cobbler theme. So here's our mini pizza boxes. Okay. And then they kind of come like this, and these things you need to poke out. And it's easy to do. You just use your fingers. You could use your piercing tool as well. And then you see all these little score lines. Well, you got to burnish those. So I like to just take my bone folder. And another thing is, if you are going to put food in this, this is food safe. Okay, so you've got a glossy side and you've got a matte side. So if you want glossy, put food in it, the glossy side goes on the inside. I want the glossy side on the outside. So I'm going to burnish it all. So I like to go do all the lines that are going horizontally first. And really press down hard. You got to use our muscles. Okay. And then I'm going to do all the other lines that are going this way. Okay, there's a little tab here. And then here's this one. This one's got two you got to fold over. And then don't forget this little tab here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're just going to fold these over. Get this little tab in the middle, and then this side tab. Okay, and then this little tab here. Okay, so now what do we do? Whoops, I didn't burnish this one. Let me burnish this one. You can tell if you missed one, you're gonna know. All right, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these tabs here, see these little extending pieces here, they're gonna get slid into these little holes here. So just kind of bring those over around like this and slide them in there. And then you're gonna do the same thing. Actually, I forgot those little tabs. So bring this up, and then these little tabs have to get stuck in there. Gets wrapped around those tabs, and then they're hidden, okay? So again, these little tabs get put over, bring this flap all the way around, and then snug it down there, and it goes right in those little holes. So now you have this nice, cute little box, okay? Put your goodies in it, whatever you want to give as a gift. Make sure you put your shred in there. And then you're going to simply fold this up. These flaps go on the inside, and then these little tabs get placed right in there. Okay, so here's your little mini pizza box. I guess a slice of pizza could go in there, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna figure out how you wanna decorate it. You can decorate all the sides if you really want to. In the bottom, hold on just a second. My allergies are kicking in. I need a cough drop, okay. But I'm gonna simply decorate the top of the box. So this, oh shoot, stepped on that mini cotton emboss again. All right, let me get to my instructions because I want to tell you the size of that panel, which I don't see it in here. So we can get out my ruler here. This is cut 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then this designer series paper here is just 1/4 of an inch smaller. So let me just grab my liquid glue here. It's all dried up. There we go. This is a late one. Like, this is the longest I've ever gone on a live. Hopefully I've got some people still with me. I have no idea. I'm not paying attention. If not, that's okay. I'm crafting. All right, so then there you go. That's on there. Then make sure you have the front. Okay, I want that the front of the box. This is going to get adhered right onto the top of the box here. And again, use some really strong glue. I would suggest Stampin' Seal Plus or the liquid glue that I just used. If you use liquid glue, you do have a few seconds to move it around before it starts to adhere. Okay, now you're going to decide what ribbon are you going to use, right? I'm going to use that same cherry cobbler ribbon I just used because I think it looks beautiful. And here it is. It might be too much though, but we're going to give it a try. So again, we're going to wrap this ribbon around. We need to tie a bow. I think this is the 6th bow I've tried to tie tonight. Oh boy. Okay, we want big loops. All right, so let's see if we can do it. This is gorgeous ribbon. It's the metallic cherry cobbler metallic ribbon. It's a 1/2 inch wide, so that's why it looks so beautiful on packaging. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna grab those tweezers and I'm gonna clamp that shut. I'm usually not this bad at tying bows. I don't know what it is. Too much turkey. Gobble, gobble. Okay. Don't twist on me, ribbon. It's twisting. I don't know why I do that. I gotta figure out why I do that. Okay, there we go. Let me release those. Oh gosh, what happened? There we go. Okay, snip this off at an angle. This one's gonna get trimmed down a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna assemble that star. I'm also gonna stamp as well. We're gonna stamp in cherry cobbler ink. Here's a piece of scrap. It's 1 inch in height and just, I don't know, it's like 3.5 inches. And then wishing you a joyful Christmas and Happy New Year is what I stamped on the other one. That's in green, so I need to just quickly clean off that green ink. And then let's grab my cherry cobbler and we will ink this right up. And then I'm going to just stamp right off to the right side of this. Okay, we're going to trim this down, so don't worry about that. That's all the stamping we have for this. Now let's bring in our silicone craft sheet. Look at all the things I'm using tonight, you guys. Stampin' Pierce mat, the adhesive, all different kinds of adhesive. I got some dies. I've got some boxes. I got the silicone craft sheet. I'm showing you guys so many different products that we offer with Stampin' Up. All really nice, high quality products. All right, so I'm adding my adhesive to the back of that star. Let's flip it over. And we're gonna add it to that cherry cobbler die cut star. Okay. And there's lots of glue on it. So you can take your embossing buddy and just kind of put some of that cornstarch on it. Then this piece here is going to get adhered straight onto the basic white star. So just add some of this adhesive here. Make sure you're sticking it onto the more, so here's the flat side, that's the wrong side. This is kind of the beveled side. This is going to get put right here. We'll flip this one over. This is going to have Stampin' Dimensionals on it. I haven't lost those tonight. Look at how many I've used. It's like, this is 6 projects. And we've used Stampin' Dimensionals on every piece that we've used or made tonight. All right, so we'll peel those backings off for the last time. This is my last Christmas project of 2021 that I'm making on camera. Okay, so this is gonna get put right here. Now, this piece here is gonna get slid under. Of course, it's too long. So let's take our scissors. I've got my paper snips. I'm just gonna kind of start snipping it off and see that Stampin' Dimensional is still kind of in the way. So let's just trim it off a little bit. I'm gonna trim it at an angle just because the dimensional's in there in the way. Okay, and if you really wanted, you could cut this one at an angle too. Let's do that. Okay, gives it a little bit of character. This is just going to get adhered straight down to the box. Okay, then we'll take our gems and we're gonna jazz it up. I'm gonna put one right in the center of that star. And then we're just going to add maybe, let's add 2 down here and 1 up here. Okay, so that is our last project for 2021, Christmas related. So let's go over everything I made tonight. We'll kind of just put it out here. Oh, love that ribbon. It's actually the first time I've used it. Okay, so here's our 3 boxes to give you guys some ideas. These are the mini pizza boxes. All right, so that's 3. And then we made some scallop treat boxes. And here's the one I made with you guys tonight. And then here's the one I had made for my class. All right, so that's those 2. And then we have all the cards we made. So here's this one with the evening evergreen ribbon. It's so nice, chevron ribbon. And then here's one with the gold, the Noel. Here's Merry and Bright with the gold. Oops, here's the Noel envelope. Merry and Bright with the gold. And then Merry and Bright with the ribbon I can't remember the name of. It's a combo pack, I do know that. And then here's the gold ribbon. And here's the fine art ribbon with lots of cheers down at the below. That's gonna probably make that postman angry. But we're gonna cheer him up with all the cheers from our home to yours. And there's that card there. So if you're in my area, local to me, which is in Vermont, my class is going to be held in White River Junction, Vermont. And we're going to be making some cards and one each of these gift boxes. And it'll be on December 4th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're in the area, hit us up. You can register for the class. It's only $30. And it's at hartfordrec.com. And there are still some space available. If you are coming late, I am offering my Adhesive Tool Kit. I've already sold quite a few of these. These make really fabulous gifts for your paper crafter. It comes in this nice clear bag so you can see exactly what's in it. And I created this nice little bead kind of charmy thing on the side, and it attaches to the zipper pull. These bags come in various colors, Inside is a package of Stampin' Dimensionals, which we used tonight. We also used a mini glue dot, I think. Maybe we did. Maybe we didn't. But we did use the liquid glue. I used Stampin' Seal. And I also used Stampin' Seal Plus. So all of these, plus the holder, and it includes shipping, is only $40. So, and also, I'm going to throw in a pack of 48 sheets of retired designer series paper that's cut 6 by 6. This is only offered for a very short time, this adhesive toolkit. I'm taking orders for them, and they will ship in the second week of December, so it'll get to you in time for Christmas. It'll go out priority mail. So again, it's $40, including shipping. You can go to my Facebook page, Inspired by Graham, and get the link there. If you want the link directly emailed to you, I'd be happy to do that. Just send me an email so I remember to do that. And my email address is inspiredbygraham@gmail.com. And then the second, let's see, I don't know where my host code went, because my desk is crazy messy. Here it is. So I'm offering an ordering special from November 26th to December 2nd. And what that is if you use this host code here, which is NG6XR6BK, your order is $25 or more in product, and you use a host code. Don't forget that. It's a very small location when you're checking out, when you're placing your order. You will receive a combination of 36 sheets of retired and current 6x6 Christmas holiday designer series paper for free, and that will go out in the mail with you, to you. So, and as soon as I see this order come through, because we're all making Christmas cards and we all need our holiday designer series paper, and some of it's hard to get, I'm going to be shipping this out as soon as I see your order come through. So to place your product order, inspiredbygraham.com, and hit the shop now button. And if your order is a really nice order of $150 or more in product, don't use that host code, so you can receive the Stampin Rewards, and that's 10% of your order at $150. So $150, you'll get $15 free of Stampin' Up! Product of your choice. So I hope you take advantage of these offers. Again, for the Adhesive Toolkit, $40. I'm going to post that on my blog a little bit later tonight. And here is this special as well. So if you're not on my email list, you should be, because I did email these out today and yesterday. And to do that, just head over to inspiredbygraham.com and hit that, fill out the little pop-up that shows up about 2 seconds after you come to my website. Fill it out, it goes to Constant Contact, and that way next time you'll be on my email list. So I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I did. We saw my parents and had turkey dinner. My sister made the turkey. We made tossed salad and 2 pies and lots of things that we had to be cold because we had to travel almost 2 hours to get there. And we had a great time, and we got back, and here we are. We're crafting together. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. And if you're on the East Coast in Vermont, let it snow. All right, talk to you later. Bye.